Spring is upon us. The sun is shining. The birds are chirping. But even with all the beauty around us, I can't help feeling that something very bad is about to happen. Because I am mankind, and destruction follows my every footstep. And I'm here today in the USWA. I'll be watching. Have a nice day.
Hello again, everybody. For Dave Brown, this is Lance Russell. Corey Macklin is off for the day, and as a matter of fact, our newest colleague, Sid Vicious, said he'd been here a couple of weeks and he wanted the day off, Dave, didn't he?
I wasn't about to tell him no.
Oh, you got it. Sid won't be with us today. Corey's out today, but by golly, I'll tell you what, we have got Mankind the Mutilator right here with us today. You'll have the first chance to see him right here on USWA.
Jesse James Armstrong will be in action a little bit later on today. Hey, we've got a USWA title match. Brian Christopher will be defending against Men on a Mission's Mabel right here today with a title on the line. The Headbangers will be in, and also we will see the King in action in the main event.
Think that isn't a big one? By golly, I'll tell you what, the best thing we can do is kind of think about getting ready for that first match, because we'll be seeing Jesse James Armstrong in action, and he will be out here ready to go with the opening bout. A title match a little bit later on USWA's action today, so please do it to it. You get everybody you know ready to go for a big show today. And there's some of the crowd that's joined us up here today. And all right, we got one very vocal opponent in the ring, and Tony Myers, he is really raising cane.
He's demanding respect.
Yes, sir.
Demanding we say something good about it.
And as we said, sitting over here, you go in there and beat Jesse James Armstrong on 1, 2, 3, and you got respect right away. Here he comes out of Marietta, Georgia. Jesse James Armstrong. Referee for this match is Downtown Bruno. Just one of an outstanding group of bouts that we've got lined up today. As we, Dave told you a little bit earlier, we've got a USWA title match with Brian Christopher defending against Men on the Mission's Mabel. Yeah, Jesse always was loose, and we're ready. He can wrestle. No two ways about that. And as he comes out of the church, Tony Myers jumps him from behind right across the ring and nails him. He better continue what he's doing right now, because if he gives breathing room to Jesse James Armstrong, he'll have more competition, and he's got it to Bowman, and a 2 count. He's out of it.
Myers had Jesse James pinned down to the mat before Armstrong was able to get his shirt out of the ring and off completely. Had one arm tied up with it, but now Armstrong's loose. Look at Myers. Boy, he's just really going after Armstrong. And the tactics that Myers is using probably are pretty good tactics. If you're going to beat Armstrong, you better surprise attack him and keep him busy until you get a pin. The problem is, can you keep him busy that long? Oh, there's a count of 2. Well, almost.
Got that right shoulder up. One thing about it, when you're going against a guy with the kind of disposition that Jesse James has, you better do it all in one ball, because as loose as he is, if he ever gets that shot back at you, here it comes. He's under. That swinging clothesline going around behind. Look at him, Armstrong. Down into the mat. There's a cover on Tony Myers. And the 3 count. He did it. When he got going, it didn't take him long, Dave.
All he needed was an opening. He got it. He took advantage of it. And Jesse James Armstrong gets the victory here today, and a good one against Tony Myers. Myers came in all full of confidence, but just couldn't deliver. And he is half crawling out of the ring as Armstrong really nailed it.
Well, we have to give him credit for this. He said he wanted respect. We have to give him credit for at least coming out there with a game plan as to how he was going to beat Jesse James. It didn't work too well, but he ended up with a game plan, to say the very least.
He needs a new drawing board, though, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Back to it and have a brand new one on it. Okay, remember today that we've got that USWA title match with Brian Christopher against Men on the Mission's Mabel. In addition to that, we're going to be seeing the Headbangers making their USWA debut right here in an excellent tag match. And, of course, the King will be out a little bit later on. So,
Yes. Got quite a match coming up here. There's no doubt about it. So
we've got quite a crowd out here today, too. And what we're going to do now is get ready for our timeout. And we're going...
Well, I know who this is.
Yeah.
This is Samantha. She's been around here before.
I want to talk to somebody. Get somebody out here that knows what's going on. Look. Okay?
Samantha, oh yeah. Look, we respect all of our fans. We're glad you didn't recognize you at first when you had the sign up there. But we've got a show to do, and so if you'll please just take your seat.
No, I'm not taking my seat. And I didn't come here today as a wrestler, and you're right, I didn't come here today as a valet. I came here as a wrestling fan. And I'll tell you why, Lance. I've watched you and I've watched Dave since I was just a little bitty girl. I've watched Jerry Lawler, and most of all, I've watched Bill Dundee. Because you know why, Lance? Because he is the man. And a travesty has gone on here. It's been nothing but a travesty. It's been a joke that the living legend superstar Bill Dundee could get fired over a little punk like Wolfie D and another punk wrestling promoter like Randy Hale. And I'll tell you what, Lance, let me tell you something else. I'm not the only person that feels that way. There's me and a whole busload of people outside.
Well, I know you've been a big Bill Dundee, but this is a fan for a long time, Samantha. But this is not the way and not the place to do it in. We've got plenty of show to go here. So all I can tell you is I'm sorry it isn't going to your...
There is no wrestling without Bill Dundee. There can be no Memphis wrestling without Bill Dundee.
Randy.
I realize you're a fan of Bill Dundee. Always have been a fan of Bill Dundee, and that's fine. You're not going to come out here just like Dundee did a few weeks ago and interfere with this television show. You're not going to do it. I'm telling you right now, sit in your seat or I have security throw you out right there.
No, Randy. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm sorry. I don't want to fight with you, Randy. I realize that you have a very hard job. I know Lance has a hard job. Everybody's got a hard job, and you work very hard at yours. I didn't come here to cause any trouble. I just want to let you know that there can be no wrestling here, Monday night wrestling, Saturday morning wrestling, without the superstar Bill Dundee. And there's me. It's not just me, Randy. There's a whole busload of people out there that feel the same way I do.
I'm not going to get in a debate of who I should hire and who I shouldn't. I'm just not going to do that situation.
Samantha, just take your seat.
Let me make a deal with you, okay? Let me just make a little deal with you. If you will just do your job and be a man and walk out and talk to that whole busload of people who want and believe in Bill Dundee being here and believe they're just right out in the parking lot. If you'll just walk out and talk to them with me, if you don't believe what they're saying, Randy, I'll just get in the bus with them and drive away. And I won't cause you any more trouble. Just give me 2 minutes of your time, please.
You know, I want to know what the wrestling fans...
Well, I want to know what the wrestling fans are. She's talking about a busload of fans being out there. And Samantha has been here. She is a wrestler. She's been here as a valet. And there she goes out back. She is here, she says today, as a fan and a particular fan of Bill Dundee. We've got a lot of respect for Bill. We didn't respect the way he came in and tried to interrupt the show. There she goes out with Randy.
Now that is ridiculous.
And no busload, but there's Bill Dundee.
Get out. See, you pulled that stuff back. No, I've told
Randy
you before,
Hales
this is summer before
seeing
you
no
came up here and
busload
told
of
me
fans that she challenged him to go out and
Well,
talk to
let me tell you,
Dundee.
I'm going to tell you this face to face.
And the
20 years ago,
they're
when
out
you used to
in
run
the
around
parking
Jonesboro and
lot
Jack and
outside
Fargo and told
of
you
the
young little
studio.
Jerry Jarrett and me and Eddie Marlin used to let you sell pictures. None of them liked you.
David
Fargo
said
used
it
to be
back
Pally
there,
running
I
out
can't
George
hear
Gillis
the
looking off. Told you, said, let me chop him. And Jerry Jarrett said, I don't know why you
But
put up with
Dundee
it.
is
But I did.
upset,
You know
as you
why?
can
'Cause
see. see. He was upset the last time that we had him here.
That you make it personal every time you talk to me and you call me. You know you're the one that messed up. You messed up.
No, I didn't, brother.
You messed up, Dundee. I'll tell you,
every other wrestler, and I can whoop everybody.
I don't protect nobody. I don't protect nobody. You get in the car, you take this in here and get out of here. You get out of here.
I ain't. He ain't.
Hey, hey, get out of here, Dundee. I'm telling you. Get out of here. Go.
You ain't so tough now with that wolf.
All right, the King comes roaring out there. Okay, Dave, we'll take it back. Let's take a break right now. We'll get out of here.
Get out of here.
Take a break.
Nobody asked you, Howdy Doody. Get in the car, Don.
Well, if you were with us right at the very opening of the show, you saw Mankind the Mutilator, and you will be seeing him in action for the very first time here on the USWA against T.D. Steele.
You know, in the previous match, we talked about the opponent for Jesse James Armstrong coming in full of confidence. Here's a young man right here that never lacks for confidence when he steps into the ring, T.D. Steele. And even though it is Mankind the Mutilator coming in, he thinks he can beat him right now.
Mankind, everything that we know about him tells you nothing is held back. Absolutely one of the loosest cannons we know anywhere. Downtown Bruno, the referee, and says ring the bell. Officially, we're off and running, and Mankind hammering away, and look at Steele. He wasn't going to take it without retaliating, and he fired back, but right now he's been pounded down to the mat by a very large Mankind the Mutilator. Here he comes. Ooh, man.
Oh, my goodness, and I tell you what, listening to the interview, such as it was, the comments, should I say, of Mankind the Mutilator at the beginning of the program, I don't know.
He nailed him with that right. Look at that weird facial piece that he has on. Going down, not to pin him. Looked like he was biting him right on the cheek. Mankind in the air. Takes TD over. Drapes him up. Hooks his leg underneath the turnbuckle. And as he has him upside down, Dave. Right straight down on him. Boy, we have heard lots of things about this guy, and they're all proving to be true right at the moment. Undoes the leg and brings T.D. Steele down. This is a tough kid, this T.D. Steele, too.
Mankind the Mutilator drives with that power right arm.
Downtown Bruno was telling him no pile driver. He was warning because there's a lot of wrestlers that come through and do not know that it is an illegal move in Tennessee. Pounds with that forearm right in the middle of the back. He just keeps on, hasn't given Steele an opportunity to breathe. The referee backs him up, but only for a moment, and he's back in with a leg. With the throat of T.D. Steele right over that rope. T.D. tried a very weak shot. Chicken winged him and drove him right straight down into the mat.
T.D. Steele really not able to get a thing going here against Mankind the Mutilator. From the opening bell, Mankind the Mutilator was taking over, and he looks like he's choking him right now. Bruno's calling for the bell. He's disqualified him, I think, for the choke. I think he counted a disqualification on it.
He's been working on the jaw.
Yeah, it was not a choke. It was a submission.
Down goes the referee. Bruno scoots out of the ring as this wild mutilator who went after the jaw. He got a hold on the jaw of T.D. Steele and took him right down to submission. Look at that. That is Mankind the Mutilator as he took care of T.D. Steele, got him into a submission We thought he was on the throat. He was on that jaw. He gets the victory on a submission, Dave.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So Mankind the Mutilator, victory in his debut here today.
We'll take time out. We've got great action still to come in just a moment. Well, we were out last week with the circus in town and all, but Monday night, Coliseum's going to be ringing again, David.
Indeed, opening match of the night, Spellbinder will be in there, going against Reggie B. Fine. All of it starts at 7:30 Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. Following that, you got David Haskins going against Stephen Dunn.
And then we'll have an IWA title match. Coco Ware, who has been in Europe, is going to be back in holding that IWA, the International Wrestling Association title, and he'll be defending against Jesse James Armstrong. That'll be a good one.
Another tag title match coming up. The Headbangers against Tom.
Watch it, Dave.
Mankind the Mutilator out here.
So this is Jerry Lawler's hometown. And oh, how all the fans love Jerry Lawler. I have a hometown, but no one loves me there. They all flee in horror. Lawler, take a look at this here. It's gone. Oh, how all men hate the wretched. So how hated must I be, who am all horrible beyond all men? Well, Lawler, this is no longer just my year. It's your future. So get a good look at it and think about how it'll feel to be stared at for the rest of your life. Think of how it will feel to look in the mirror and get sick to your stomach. Make no mistake about it. This Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum, I will be maiming. I will be mutilating. I will be destroying. And I will be loving it. Because this Monday, your fans have the chance to witness 2 acts of history on the very same night. The destruction of the king and the ascent of the mutilator. So Lawler, you find the guts somewhere and you make it to the Coliseum for your mutilation.
Watch it, Lance. He's headed that way.
I'm headed the other way. Mankind the Mutilator. I got to tell you, Dave, talking strange there. I mean, really strange there. Son of a gun, when you get up next to him, you can see how big this guy is, too.
Quivering all the time. I don't know.
Well, he will be there Monday. We just got through telling you Coco will be defending that title against Jesse James Armstrong, but later on, the Mankind will be there.
He will be there, but there's also a tag title match coming up Monday night at the Coliseum. Headbangers, we're going against Tommy Rich and Doug Gilbert.
Following that is a 10-man elimination tag match. Now, the winner is going to receive a world title match on this program next week. So you can believe that's going to have the incentive that will bring the very best out of all the participants.
And a grudge tag match. Men on a missions. King Mabel and Sir Mo against Too Sexy, Ryan Christopher, and Isaac Yankum.
There's a couple of big guys, and then Mabel and Isaac Yankum will be there. And the final event of the evening is going to be a unified world championship with Mankind the Mutilator challenging the champion, Jerry the King Lawler. All of that Monday night 7:30 at the Mid-South Coliseum, and what a lineup of action that is, a dandy.
Yes, indeed. Quite a card coming up. It all starts at 7:30. You can pick up your tickets now at the Mid-South Coliseum and all Ticketmaster locations.
Yes, sir. Be there in time to see from that opening bout, because you really enjoy that. Get on out. Mankind the Mutilator challenging for the King's title. We'll be hearing from Jerry later on. We've got more action coming up, and we'll be back to it in just a moment. Yes, sir. We're looking forward to the title match that's coming up right now. So if you just dialed us up, son of a gun, I'll tell you what, you came in at a good time. Brian Christopher, the USWA heavyweight champion, will be defending that title against the largest of the men on the mission. There he is, Big Mabel, heading over in this direction as we've got... Gee whiz, I don't think I've ever seen that move before.
What a nice guy, huh? I thought maybe we were in for a day where, you know, we had Mabel here. He's behaving himself. Everything is just fine. Then he pulls a move like that. It's got to be impressive, though. Every time I see this guy step over the top rope, I realize just how big he is.
He is huge. And you know what? It doesn't faze Brian Christopher one bit.
Not at all.
Son of a gun has more self-confidence than almost anybody we've seen in a long time. And he backs it up because Brian, with that temper of his, when he gets hot, you're not going to make him believe that he's going to get beat. He is going to stay in there and get pounded on till the opportunity. He makes the opportunity and takes over on an opponent. Well, he's got a big one to go with today. Big Mabel, ready to challenge for the USWA heavyweight title as Too Sexy climbs through the ropes. The referee, Downtown Bruno. And as soon as Brian sheds that belt and the jacket, we're going to be ready for championship action right here today on the USWA Championship Wrestling.
Brian Christopher, the champion. He wears that belt that he earned. Nobody just walked up and handed it to him. So one reason he doesn't back up from a guy like Mabel is because he's been against some big ones. He's been against some tough ones, and he has the confidence built up with a string of victories over his career against the big guys that he thinks that once he gets Mabel off his feet, maybe he can get a 3 count before Mabel can get back on his feet again. We'll see as things go along. The USWA heavyweight title is on the line.
Getting him off his feet is the task.
That is the
that
task.
is a lot easier said than done.
Brian Christopher getting the support of the crowd as he goes into action here. The bell is sounded, the crowd's behind him. And Mabel is glaring at him.
Mabel moving directly at him, and that's kind of his style of wrestling. And Christopher down under and out of there before he can get to him.
You do your job, you understand that?
Mabel coming over telling Downtown Bruno, you do your job. When Bruno's doing his job, he's getting out of the way of Mabel. That's what he's doing.
Well, and his job is not to make Brian Christopher stand still either. Brian brought him into the corner there and he got out of the way. There he goes again.
Christopher, very, very agile athlete. And he's going to need every bit of it.
Oh, look at that expression on Mabel's face. He is angry. He has been made to look bad twice by Brian Christopher now.
Oh, he made Brian Christopher look a little bad right there. Grabbed him straight up in the air by the throat and threw him. I don't mean dropped him. He threw him down onto the mat right in the middle of the ring. Brian trying to get a kink out of that back that was just put in by Mabel. Mabel is huge. We were looking at Mankind and Mutilator. This guy is big.
Yep.
But put him upside Mabel, and man, oh man, he becomes a junior.
That's true.
Christopher straight ahead. Thought he would try that. Not such a good idea. And again, Dave.
Once again, Mabel just throws him down to the mat. Power, says Mabel. How do you like it? Well, I'm impressed by it. There's no doubt about it. One of the men on a mission. This is Mabel challenging for the USWA Heavyweight Championship, being defended by Brian Christopher here today. Oh, look out. Hand around the throat. He's got him back in the corner. Takes a swing. Brian moves out of the way, and he fires the right hand.
Coming back hard with it, and he rattles him up against the turnbuckles. Now out to the center of the ring and keeps swinging. That right hand goes in with a clothesline and does not phase him. Bounces him again. Dave, he's going after that, getting him off his feet. Having no luck at all. Oh, look at that side saddle slam. He whipped him up and pounded him down.
Boy, I bet that one registered on the Richter scale. The way he powered him down to the mat and followed him down. My goodness. Brian Christopher. Oh. Again on the mat.
Brian with a strong rooting section for him here in the studio today. And they make it known they don't particularly care for Mabel. Look at Christopher back at it with that right hand. Mabel just taking the shots to prove. Uh-oh, here comes Mankind out. Does this add a new complexion on it? Because you never know which direction this guy's going to spin.
Yeah, I'm not too comfortable with him this close to us out here.
Christopher up in the air, slips around behind Mabel, pushed into the rope, and as Brian was going to roll him back up. Mankind, fortunately, did not intervene either over here or in the ring. And he is back out there and dropping down with a big arm. 1, 2, we almost had a brand new champion. 2 count, as after holding on to the ropes and snapping Brian back down, when he got up, he caught him with a clothesline that unlaced the boots. And they don't even have laces on those boots. It's just zippers. But he flat popped him down.
Brian is back in the corner trying to sort of regain his faculties. Mabel presses him into the corner. The entire ring moves.
Ooh. Boy, how'd you like 400 pounds mashing you into those turns?
Oh, thank you.
4+. And the whip. Christopher straight off of the turnbuckles, caught in midair. Backbreaker, and down Brian goes. Champion not looking too impressive. That's part of it. You take them big, you take them small. When you're the champ, you take who the challenger is.
I think Brian knows a bit surprised. You can see it in his eyes. The things that worked so well for him in 99% of his matches are having little effect on Mabel due to the sheer size of the man.
He hit him, he rattled him 3 in a row with that right hand on 2 separate occasions. And while he staggered him some, he was not able to put him off his feet, and that's where that look came in his eye, Dave. Up, back on his feet. Uh-oh, there he is. Mankind the Mutilator back out here.
He just spins out wonders.
Yeah, I'm not really certain exactly what he's got on his mind. That would be a strange thing to find out.
Yeah.
Christopher firing back with a right hand to the midsection. But all it takes is one of those huge arms of Mabel slamming down with a broad arm right in the back, and Christopher is down on the mat face down. Up in the air, Mabel drives him again. Back into the turnbuckle. Brian Christopher being mashed again, and now he turns around and slammed the backside into him for a bit. What he has to do, if he is going to take that title away from Christopher, he's going to have to realize he is going against a guy that Oh, Christopher out of there as Mabel was making the charge. He's going against a guy that absolutely is not going to give it up. He's going to have to beat Brian Christopher to win that title.
Christopher doing everything in his power to retain the title. He's coming at him with the right hand, and he's backing him up a bit with it, but he doesn't have him off his feet.
Another drop kick, and again, Mankind comes wandering out here, staggering around. I can't help. I mean, he is so unpredictable. You got to keep an eye on him. Look at Christopher ripping with that right hand. And hey, he could be after Mabel just as well as Christopher. There's no way to tell, Dave. Christopher to the top rope. Springs off, catches him up high. That got him off balance, 1 and 2, and the right shoulder comes up. He missed a great opportunity.
It looked like he had him. It looked like the best chance that Brian has had during the entire match to get the 3 count, but Mabel was able to get the shoulder up at the count of 3. Now, Mankind is up on the apron. Bruno's trying to keep him out of the ring. Meanwhile, Brian had a cover. I don't know if he could have kept him for a 3 count or not, but he had him covered again. Now, Mankind, the mutilator, pulls Brian's feet out.
Oh, Mabel spears him. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. We have a new USWA champion. Let's be fair. Mankind, the mutilator, grabbed the leg of Brian Christopher, and Christopher was nailed by Mabel.
I'm taking over!
Got him rolled up in the package, and a new champion. That belt will never fit around. We saw him, Brian, but the referee did not. It'll never fit around the waist of Mabel, but he can sure carry it. And so, in an upset win, Mabel, with the help of Mankind, is able to get Brian Christopher down for a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Mabel really celebrating as he walks out of here, the belt in tow. Christopher's still very unhappy, but the referee didn't see it. I'm afraid he's not going to get anywhere. We've got a new champion here.
Bruno wheels out of the ring to leave in a hurry. We're going to take time to get out of here. The Headbangers will be debuting in just a few moments, and we'll be back right after we take time out for this.
Oh, my goodness, I tell you what, we have had some kind of day here today. It's not over that yet. The Headbangers will be coming out in a moment. We've still got a main event with the King, Jerry Lawler.
That's right. Brian Christopher, oh, he was furious. I can't say that I blame him. We had a situation in there where Mankind came up and grabbed the leg. That was the turning point. I'm not saying that Mabel wasn't going to beat him, but he sure didn't have it going the way it did after Mankind grabbed the leg, and Brian was very, very upset. Okay, we want to jump into the USWA on tour and tell you about some of the matches that are coming up, and we'll get a little in advance into April, so you'll have a chance to put them on your calendar, make your plans when it comes near you. Coming up Monday at the Mid-South Coliseum, we're looking forward to a huge night. Jerry Lawler will be defending that title against Mankind.
And this is Sheridan Casino in Tunica on Wednesday night, March the 20th. 7:30 is when it all begins. The King will be there, too. Jerry the King Lawler, I'm talking about. Also King Mabel and Sir Mo. Isaac Yankum will be there. Brian Christopher. You see the others. That's Tunica, Mississippi at the Sheridan Casino Wednesday night.
Heck of a fun place to go, and hope maybe you'll be there Wednesday night. Friday night, March the 22nd, Blytheville, Arkansas at the National Guard Armory. 8 p.m. is the bell time. You can save $1 on advance tickets, and the box office opens at noon on Friday. The King will be returning to Blytheville along with Brian Christopher. Doug Gilbert will be there. That's all Blytheville on Friday, March the 22nd.
1 week from tonight, next Saturday night, March 23rd, the Earl Bell Community Center in Jonesboro, Arkansas. USWA will be back. It all begins at 8 o'clock. Advance tickets on sale right now. World Championship Battle Royal, and Jerry Lawler will be defending his title. That's all in Jonesboro next Saturday night.
And on Friday, March the 29th, Cherry Valley, Arkansas. The bell time there is 8 o'clock. Cherry Valley, Arkansas on the 29th.
Friday, April 6th, Truman, Arkansas at the Old Community House.
Thursday, April the 11th, Martin, Tennessee. Put it down on your calendar now. Martin on the 11th.
And on Friday, April 12th, you folks in Lauderdale County, Ripley, Tennessee. The USWA is coming your way.
And also on Saturday, April the 13th, Batesville, Arkansas. So there's plenty of USWA action that's coming around the horn. We hope, maybe, as we say always, there's nothing like being right there yourself and watching the action go. Uh-oh, here comes Brian Christopher. And I don't blame him. He's got reason to be mad with what happened.
I'm not mad. Doesn't sound like I'm mad, Lance.
Oh, no, certainly not.
No, I'm not mad. I'm stinking furious. Now put the camera on me. Come here, Lance. Come here, Lance. Tell me, why does a man that stands 6'7" and weighs 600 pounds, and he's so bad and he's so tough, why does it time and time again take more than one of him to beat me?
Well, you don't know what mankind's going to do. He wandered out here 3 different times, and finally, he liked your leg. He grabbed it.
I'll tell you what, I'll answer the question. What it all boils down to is, King Mabel, all 600 pounds of you, and as tough as you are, you found out that you're not as tough as this 200 pounds standing right here, are you? Because when I hit you with that super kick, I saw your stinking eyes roll back in your head, and I had you beat. I had you beat. You hear me, Mabel? As big as you are, Brian Christopher had you beat. It's just like your stinking crony, Mo. It took this freak, mankind, to come out here and distract me, pull my foot for you to beat me. Why is that? Well, I'll tell you what. It's always been 2-on-1. It's been 2-on-1 ever since I started. Well, I just got through talking to Jerry Lawler, and he told me, you gotta make it 2-on-2. So, Mabel, I want you to go out, and I want you to get Mo, get Curly, get Larry, get whoever, but I want you to have a partner down there this week, because I'm gonna have a partner. I'm gonna have a partner making it 2-on-2. And my partner's big, and my partner is bad, and he's mean, and I can't wait to see him get his hands on you, because I can't wait to get my hands on you. And this man, he carries pliers in his back pocket. And I know you got a bunch of gold teeth in your mouth, and I know that you would just hate it if one of those gold teeth were to be missing, Mabel. Well, my partner is more than capable of pulling one of them gold teeth out, because I just got through talking to him that quick. I just made the phone call that quick. And this week, my partner is gonna be Dr. Isaac Yankum, DDS, Mabel. And I'm telling him, no matter what, to bring them pliers down there, and before it's all said and done, we're gonna pull one of them gold teeth out of your mouth. You understand me, Mabel? Nobody gets away with cheating Brian Christopher, and I mean nobody.
Well, the Volado ex-USWA champion, who has a reason to be irritated, he's got Yankum going against Mabel and Mo as he goes walking out. He is steaming. We'll take time out. We still got great action. The Headbangers in action in just a moment. Yes, sir. We've got the opponents in the ring, the Shadow and Tony Williams, who will be taking on not their first match by a long shot, but their first match in USWA. Here they come, the Headbangers, who are out with us for their first visit. And on the way to the ring, they stop by.
Hello there, Mr. Lance Russell. Do you hear it? Turn it up. That is the music of the 90s. And I want all you stinking inbreds to realize one thing. The Headbangers are in town, baby. And we are the team of the 90s. We are the thing of the 90s.
Well,
we got a big match coming up for the USWA Tag titles.
I just had to get out here because I can tell right now you guys are rude and crude. You guys don't respect authority.
your kind of people.
My kind of people, Lance Russell, exactly. You guys are definitely Scott Bowden material, and I know we got a match scheduled this week. You guys against Tommy Ricks and Doug Gilbert. But what we're going to do, we'll get that match canceled. You'll join B&B Enterprises, and baby, I'll turn you into the 9-inch nails of professional wrestling. You understand what I'm saying?
Have you fully looked at us? Have you looked at us, Scott Bowden? We look like... We don't need a third wheel. We don't need you. We don't need anybody. Look at us. We're the team. You watch, and you're going to see we don't need you or anybody.
Hey, don't let my appearance fool you, man. I'm a huge Slayer fan. Megadeth is one of my favorite bands. We got a lot in common, guys. What do you say?
You heard what they said. They said they don't need you, Scott.
Keep your big nose out of this.
Forget it.
Well, Scott Bowden gets turned down again, and the Headbangers head to the ring.
Beavis and Butthead here are going to regret that decision.
Well, we'll find out. They're into the ring. They're no particular friends of mine. I don't really know them, but I know their reputation. Tony Williams and the Shadow are going to get to know them. And right now, the bell rings.
I can tell you right now, they're the first tag team that ever wore skirts to the ring at USWA Wrestling, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Tony Williams, nice little side mare. But not for long. Boy, he's working. Tony. Up in the air, beautiful leapfrog twice. And look at that drop kick. The Headbangers, they are a weird pair, Dave.
Boy, they are kind of strange. They come in here with the kilts on. I guess they're kilts. Oh, look at that, driving the shoulder into the Shadow. The Shadow backed into the corner, whipped across the way into the turnbuckle. Whoa. Follows with a drop kick that pressed him right into the corner.
Pretty impressive, too, the way he held that in the air, cocked it, and then fired it.
Little teamwork there, too, off the rope.
Shadow thought he was out of it when he was leaping over the Headbanger, but the first thing he knew, wham, and the second one put him right down on it. There it is, a 360 scoop slam down onto the mat. And the Shadow having no better luck than Tony had with these guys. They've got a size advantage, the Headbangers do, but they are aggressive. Look how they keep up the move.
Now they're both up on the rope. Whoa. What a move. He slams down the Shadow. Well, he doesn't go for a cover. I was thinking the Shadow would probably have a very tough time breaking out of a count of 3 at that point, but he did not go for the pin. He's using the rope. The referee downtown, Bruno, trying to get it back.
Not exactly love partners, the Headbangers, but brother, I'll tell you, I am impressed. These guys are aggressive, and they know how to get it done, too. Whoa!
Yeah, again, timing. They've got great timing for a tag team. You got to give them that. There's a count of 3, and that's it. The Headbangers, impressive in their debut as they... What?
What you are looking at is 100% pure greatness.
That means I'm the best at what I do, and what I do is manage champions and get better looking by the week.
He's talking about greatness. He must have obviously just watched us, didn't he?
That's right. Hey, you listen to me real quick. Scott Bowden came out here, and he wasn't very tactful about it. Let me go ahead and do something and tell you something. You two boys are great. I am the manager of champions.
Something we don't know.
I want to tell you one thing. You had this match with Tommy Rich and Doug Gilbert coming up, right? The title match. And I know you two boys can beat them and take the titles. But why don't you do this? Why don't you go ahead and come with us? We'll cancel the match, call it off, and join Baxter and Bowden Enterprises. I could make you two superstars.
Well, we're going to make ourselves tag champs. Without you, and without all these people, we don't need you. We don't need nobody. We got us and our music. That's all we need.
Well, there's rejection for Brandon Baxter. The headbangers turning down managerial assistance, first from Scott Bowden and now from Brandon Baxter. Well,
they're consistent, and even though there's a lot of things I didn't particularly care for, they have pretty good taste.
Got to admire that. Yep.
We're going to take time out. The King is still coming, and we'll be ready for him in just a moment.
Oh, my goodness gracious. What a day we got going here with Baxter. Well, here they come again. Baxter and Bowden Enterprises, or is it Bowden and Baxter Enterprises?
Give me the microphone right now. I have something I want to say. The USWA is nothing but a place that is trying to put Brandon Baxter and Scott Bowden out of action. Let me tell you why. There's a special promoter's dream match signed between myself and Scott Bowden. Randy Hales made the match. Why? Why, Dave Brown? Let me tell you why. Because ever since I've been here, I've beat Randy Hales' brains out. And even before I got here, Scott Bowden beat Randy Hales' brains out. And I do not think this match should take place. And as a matter of fact, it's not going to take place because Randy Hales is as twisted as anybody I know. And I am not going to compete in a match with Scott Bowden at all. Baxter and Bowden Enterprises is not going to be broke up.
Well, that's exactly right, Brandon. But it's Bowden and Baxter. Now, understand. Now, Brandon, you need to understand something, okay? You are my assistant, okay? Yeah, I mean, you are my associate. You understand what I'm saying? So just be quiet here. I'm going to take care of this. I'm the one that's going to get this match canceled. Now, everybody knows...
Wait.
This whole match... No,
no, you wait. You're not going to cancel a match. You can't cancel a match.
Hey, I'll do anything
The promoter can cancel a match. The promoter's not going to cancel a match. And he's told me about how you go behind each other's back and bad-mouthing each other to Randy Hales. The match is not going to be canceled.
No, everybody knows that if I go, look at you, Brandon. I mean, you make downtown Bruno look like Sid Vicious. If I got you in the ring, everybody knows. This is so obvious. Why would anybody want to pay to see that match? Everybody knows. Brandon, you can't compete with me. You're not on my same mental level. I've been begging you to get a haircut. You look like some washed-up North Memphis pimp. You're an embarrassment, really. You've been complaining about your airtime. You're lucky I even let you come out of here at all, really, Brandon. To be quite honest with you.
Scott Bowden, you can say what you want to say about Brandon Baxter, but the proof of the matter is, ever since I've been in the USWA, I have ran this place. I have done what I wanted to do, and I have made this place Brandon Baxter's home. Scott Bowden, you might be...
The only thing you've run is that big mouth of yours since you've been here, and you are my assistant, and I'm going to put you in your place.
I'm no one's assistant, Scott Bowden.
I'm making an executive decision. That match is back on as far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
that match is back on.
Well, I'll beat your sissy fraternity, but right here, I have athletic ability, I have wrestling ability, and I will beat you, and I will show you who runs Baxter and Bowden Enterprises.
I'll tell you something else, you got bad breath too, punk. The big difference between you and I, you go out drinking Coke 45 and I drink fine wine. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm not putting up
Thank you, guy.
I promise you,
Scott Bowden. I'll knock you out, too.
I'm going to show him the rules.
Both of you get out of here and take your problems somewhere else. We're sick of listening to you yelling. That's the place to do it, not here. Oh, man. Talk about your partnerships, huh?
I kind of like that.
These
Boy,
guys...
I got to tell you, those two guys, if anybody ever deserved each other, they deserve each other.
And they can't come out here and cancel a match, for heaven's sakes. We can't cancel a match. It's up to the promotion to schedule and cancel matches. And then all of a sudden, Bowden says, I tell you what, I've just made a decision. That match is back on. It was never off. Oh, my goodness. Well, speaking of matches,
man.
got a bunch of them coming up Monday night, Mid-South Coliseum, 7:30. After a week off because of the circus, back in action, 7:30 Monday night. Spellbinder against Reggie B. Fine, the opening match. Following that, you got David Haskins back in action against Stephen Dunn.
IWA title match. The champion, Coco Beware, will be defending against Jesse James Armstrong.
USWA tag titles are on the line. The Headbangers, boy, I tell you what, they look pretty good in that match here today. They're going to be going against Tommy Rich and Doug Gilbert for the title.
Following that will be a 10-man elimination tag match. And in this, the winners to receive a world title match right here on TV next week. So that'll have some added incentive.
A grudge tag match, and it takes even more of a grudge on today after what happened to Brian Christopher in the championship match against Mabel. But it's the men on a mission, Mabel and Mo, against Brian Christopher. But as Brian pointed out earlier, he's got a big partner himself in Isaac Yankum.
The final match of the evening Monday night is going to be the King, Jerry Lawler, defending that unified World Heavyweight Championship belt against Mankind, the Mutilator. See the King coming in. I even look at that guy with that mask on. And, brother, I'll tell you what, it's a scary sight indeed. But one guy that won't be scared of him, he's seen them all, is the champion, Jerry Lawler. The Mutilator said he is about to make a mutilation happen Monday, Jerry.
Well, let me just say this. I saw that guy out here, Lance, and you and Dave are going to have to be careful. You guys talked his ear off. Now, that's terrible. You guys are going to have to slow down on the commentary a little bit. I want to talk about Mankind the Mutilator here in just a minute. But before I do that, I want to talk about a couple of things coming up around the area, as you saw. First of all, this Wednesday night, Sheraton Casino. Yep. Super card down there. Dr. Isaac Yankum going to be down there. King Mabel, Sir Mo, Jerry the King Lawler, Brian Christopher. But I want to make a personal invitation. Because you see, Randy Hales apparently has a problem with Bill Dundee. And he's not going to allow Bill Dundee back in this building here at the TV studio. He's not going to allow him down at the Mid-South Coliseum, apparently. But Dundee, I want to give you a special invitation Wednesday night. Show up down at the Sheraton Casino, pal, because I'm going to be there, so is everybody else. If you got some business to take care of, just come on down and we'll just see how tough you are when you got to face somebody like me or Brian Christopher or somebody else other than Randy Hales. So that's a personal invitation to you, Bill Dundee. Wednesday night, Sheraton Casino, okay?
All right, that sounds like a good one.
Also want to mention real quick, you know, I told everybody last week that this afternoon, it's a big weekend out at Bluff City Autoplex. This afternoon, I'm going to be out there from 1 until 3, and I'm going to have 100 free tickets to Monday Night Wrestling for the first 100 people that show up. I've got my throne. I'm going to have the whole deal out there. Bring your cameras. We got new pictures and everything. 100 free tickets, and I'm also going to have 100 free tickets to Saturday Morning Wrestling. So the first 200 people out there are going to get free tickets, and it's going to be big. I think, Tom Nunnery, come here just real quick. I've been trying to get Tom. Have you got the band together? You're going to have the band up.
The band is ready. We're going to have a concert this afternoon. It's a great afternoon for it. Everybody come out and see.
I'm not singing, though.
We might get you up there to sing one song.
Get out of here.
Come on, Bad News.
No, get out of here, no. But anyway, also we're going to be, you saw all those places, Bible, Arkansas, Jonesboro, Arkansas, but mainly we're talking about Sheraton Casino this Wednesday, and we're talking about Mid-South Coliseum Monday night. Well, now, what about this jerk Mankind? I mean, this guy obviously fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down, did he not? Huh? I mean, I heard he tried to enter an ugly contest, and they said, sorry, no professionals. I want to tell you, when he was a little kid, his parents used to sit him over in the corner and feed him with a slingshot. Now, that's ugly, Lance.
That's ugly.
But I want to tell you something. There's been a lot of ugly guys come through the USWA in the past. You remember Joe LeDuc? You remember that face look? You remember Killer Carl Krupp? I mean, we've had some ugly dudes here.
Getting sick, Jerry.
Yeah, I want to tell you. Well, hey, Lance, you know, I heard you have to sneak up on a glass to get a drink of water yourself now. But Mankind the Mutilator, this is what it's all about, baby. This is what they all want. This is what they all come to Memphis, Tennessee for. So bring that ugly mug of yours down there Monday night, pal, and shoot your best shot, because the King is going to be there loaded for bear. And I do mean bear, if you know what I mean. So come on, Mankind. And if I can, I'm going to take this fist right here, and I'm going to rearrange that face of yours
and it can only be an improvement, Lance, and that's what's going to happen to you Monday night, pal.
We're looking forward to seeing the King in action down there Monday. You'll see him against the Mutilator. That's Monday Night Coliseum. All right, timeout. We're going to see him in action right here in just a moment.
Scott, we got a match. Okay, well, don't stop by here.
I'm going to bring out the greatest scientific wrestler of all time. Right out here today, baby.
Well, let's see him.
Yeah.
The president of Bowden and Baxter. Is it Baxter? Oh, here comes a scientific wrestler right here.
The greatest technician the world has ever seen.
Greatest
Reggie
technician?
B. Fine, and with me by his side, he's going to be the winner today.
Okay, let's see. Reggie B. Fine. Now, Reggie's tough, no doubt about it. He can wrestle, but he's going against that man right there today.
Reggie's my new next-door neighbor. He just bought the biggest house out in Germantown. We're neighbors, and I'm going to guide my neighbor to victory today.
Well, good luck, because you're going against the king himself, the holder of the unified world title, the King, Jerry Lawler. There's downtown Bruno will be refereeing this match. Reggie B. Fine with Scott Bowden in his corner. Look out, he jumps Lawler from behind.
Hammers him right on the back of the head. And the only thing, Dave, that would give Reggie the chance to beat the King today is Scott Bowden, and he's got him right out there. So the two of them getting together against the King might possibly provide the unified champion with a loss. Reggie pulls Lawler out of the corner. You pointed it out accurately, though. Reggie can wrestle. Big strapping guy, physically plenty big one, and that's all they got. King kicks his way out of it. He can wrestle, but the son of a gun, I'm not really sure when it gets down to the short road how much he's got way deep down inside. I know about the King. He'll stay in there and go with it until it is his way. Reggie pops him up, back drops him right over in the middle of the ring.
King not looking very good right now, but keep in mind, for his entire career, Lawler has started slow in matches. Not how you start always, it's always how you finish that makes the difference. Scott Bowden upset that Reggie wants a timeout and a conference.
You can't keep up with him wrestling-wise. He's got to resort to fists.
Look out, here comes Mankind wandering around out here. Well, there's another element that we had not considered. This loose cannon wandering around the building here.
Absolutely, totally changes the equation, too, because you don't know what that guy's going to
Stay over
do.
here with you guys. This guy's nuts.
I was going to say, I noticed even you're backing up from him, Scott Bowden. Hadn't tried to sign him to Bowden and Baxter Enterprises, have you?
I'm going to stay behind the desk, Dave.
Hey, how about outside? That's a good idea. Wait outside for us. We'll call you when
You
he's
hold the
gone.
microphone and I'll go
Well,
outside.
that's true. I may go with you.
Referee downtown Bruno over blocking the entrance.
Oh, like that's going to do any good. This guy eats guys like downtown Bruno for lunch.
As the King has Reggie B. Fine officially on his hands today. And Mankind, when he came out here during Brian Christopher's match, he cost Christopher the USWA title.
He's not gone yet. He's still wandering. Look out. He's coming this way. Scott, if I were you, I'd leave.
This guy makes Hannibal Lecter look like Mr. Rogers, doesn't he, Dave?
About has left.
Better watch what you're doing, King.
Lawler with a bar on Reggie's large arm. Reggie backs him into the corner, hammering away with that fist.
You got to back up.
And the Mutilator still keeping his eye on the ring. What he has in mind, nobody in the world can tell you that. I don't think he even can. As Reggie slams the head of Jerry Lawler right into that top curtain. But I do know one thing. Nobody's sitting down with this guy wandering around. Whoa, what happened to Reggie, Dave?
Reggie made a big mistake. Big misjudgment.
What you call a little tactical error there.
And the King now will try to take advantage of that mistake Reggie made. Right hand puts Reggie B on the mat. Not for long. He's out. He wants another timeout. He comes over, gets behind Bowden. These guys signaling timeout.
Bruno has the count started. Reggie may be done before he intends on it.
We got a plan now, Dave.
Pretty good. Scott says they have a plan now, Len.
Oh, hey, ring up the flag, sound the alarm. Bowden has a plan. Let's see what's going to happen.
I think I see Reggie's plan. Complain to the referee. Oh, he says he's hurt. He's hurt. Let's talk to the referee about it. I tell you, Lawler, though, being very careful. He knows better than to go in there too quickly. Oh, look out. Mankind back out here yelling Lawler's name.
Jerry's smart enough to keep his eye out here on Mankind. He doesn't want that guy slipping up behind him. Reggie B. Fine is not too sure about Mankind himself, but he maybe sees an opportunity. Here's a window of victory. Looking at it, if Mankind can get involved and grab a hold of Lawler. And Scott Bowden better look over his shoulder, because Mankind may be breathing down his neck. Lawler caught in an arm bar by Reggie B.
Reggie B putting the heat on it. I didn't see how he got it. I was watching Mankind the Mutilator wander around down here, but Reggie with the advantage at the moment, right out in the middle of the ring. He puts a twist on that arm. Oh, snaps it. Possible submission hold, but Lawler says, nope, not giving it up. He reverses. Oh, hair pulling by Reggie B5. Bruno warning Reggie about pulling the hair.
Reggie with those skull and crossbones on his boots. Right away, you know he's got bad intentions. Scott Bowden trying to sneak up behind him. Lawler turns around and says, you better get away.
Let go of my zone, baby.
Gab fest with some of the folks in the audience here, didn't it?
Yeah, Scott Bowden over around saying, hey, don't bother Reggie while he's working here, okay? He's got a job to do, and that job he thinks is to defeat the world champion. Well, can he do it? Let's see. Oh, Lawler fighting back.
USWA title changed hands today as Mabel got a victory over Brian Christopher, and I want to hasten to add that that victory was brought about by Mankind the Mutilator coming out here during the match. He ended up grabbing a hold of Christopher's leg, and that caused the ultimate loss for Brian. Brian's furious, and I don't blame him, because every time he's been in there a couple of times with Mabel, he has ended up having interference from the outside. And today it cost him the USWA heavyweight title. The King and Reggie B. Tied up collar and elbow. Reggie with a weighted punch. This is Lawler back into the corner, and look at Bowden grabbing a hold of the tight of Lawler from behind, and a choke, Dave.
Referee trying to get Reggie away from the crowd down there and back into the ring. Bowden then breaks the choke and walks back over the corner. Pretty smart, says Scott Bowden. Maybe not. I think the King knows who did that to him. He may not be so smart when he gets a hold of you.
Hey, come on, break the choke. Get up. Come on.
Downtown Bruno gets Reggie back away from the chokehold. Whip diagonally across the ring. Boy, I'll tell you, Jerry snaps the strap. He caught him coming straight in. Here comes the Mutilator. He didn't hesitate this time. Hammers Lawler right straight on the head. We've got a match that's going to be stopped, and Lawler should end up winning this one by disqualification. Now they're both putting the boots to Lawler in the corner.
Mutilator just nailed Reggie B. Fine, so Bowden says, hey, let's get out of here, and he continues to work on Lawler.
Mankind the Mutilator walked around. You kind of maybe dropped your guard because he was out here 2 or 3 different times during the match with Reggie. This last time when he came in, he shot to the ring, no hesitation.
Mutilator after Bruno now. He pulls him back in the ring and throws him out again. Whoa.
Bounces Bruno down on the floor. And the King goes over to help the referee up, and the Mutilator still in the ring. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Take a break, and we will be back with you in just one moment.
Brandon Baxter, Scott Bowden out here with trouble between them and all that. Randy Hales told me a little bit earlier, he said, these guys come to me all during the week and they're knocking each other, they're putting each other down and all that. So they came out here and tried to cancel the match. Not only did they not get the match canceled, they got an added match. It's going to be Brandon Baxter against Scott Bowden. Randy says, put them in the ring, let them go at each other. Added match Monday night.
We'll be looking for them to settle in it that way in the ring, the way they should. 7:30 is the bell time. Mid-South Coliseum opens up with a spellbinder going against Reggie B. Fine in the opening match. David Haskin against Stephen Dunn in the second match. An IWA title match when Coco Beware defends against Jesse James Armstrong.
USWA tag titles are on the line then. The Headbangers, we saw them here today. They look tough. They'll be going against Tommy Rich and Doug Gilbert for the titles.
And a 10-man elimination tag match with the winner to receive a world title shot next week right here on the program.
A grudge tag match. Men on a Mission's King Mabel and Sir Mo both in the ring against too sexy Brian Christopher and his very large partner Isaac Yankum.
Boy, that could be a good one. And the main event is going to be a unified world championship match where Lawler will be putting it on the line against Mankind the Mutilator, but he also has a little additional score to settle. It'll be Monday night, 7:30 at the Coliseum. Great night, Dave.
Absolutely. Great day here today. We do have a new champion, new USWA heavyweight champion. Brian Christopher lost the belt to Mabel here today due to outside interference from the Mutilator.
We have got to get our wagon all packed up and ready to get out of here. But next week, we'll be back with more great action along with Corey and Sid. And until we see you at that time, for Dave Brown, this is Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of USWA Championship Wrestling.